Today we are going to discuss conditional logic in Visual Basic Programming. Okay. First of all, let's look at the code segment given below. Okay. There first we have to uh, declare two variables. As you know, we use dim keyword. Okay. X comma y as integer. Okay, when we declare two variables, then in memory two memory blocks will be allocated. Okay, this one to store x variable, this one to store y variable, and usually in Visual Basic, once you have declared variables, value of them is initially 0. Now in the next step we assign a value to the x variable. Okay, now this one is called the assignment operator. Assignment operator in Visual Basic Programming Language. It is the equal sign, but it is called the assignment operator. And after that, 5 will be assigned here. Okay. Then we assign 5 to y variable. Okay. And now let's look at the conditional logic. Now here we have if. Okay. If then. Okay. Here you have to include the condition. Here we have to include the condition. If the condition is true, then whatever the part you write here will be executed. Okay. If the condition is false, nothing will happen. That means this part will not be executed. Now, condition can be either true or false. Okay. If our condition is true, then this part will be executed. If the condition is false, this part will not be executed. Okay. Now we are going to put this one as the condition. Here also we use the equals operator, equal sign, but depending on the context. Okay. Here equal sign, it was the assignment operator, but in this situation it is equality operator. Okay, it is equality operator, and that means if x and y, the values of the x and y variables are equal, then it will return true. Okay, if the values of the x and y variables are not equal, it will return false. Okay, that is the meaning of equality operator. And now we check this one. Okay, using a message box, we display equal. Okay. Execution of the above code segment displays a message box with text equal. Okay. Now the reason is the value of x and value of y are equal. Okay. The equal sign shown in red color works as the equality operator, if the value of x equals to the value of y, then the code fragment, this one x equals y, this code fragment returns true. Otherwise, the code fragment returns false. Okay. Then, if then statement, we call this in Visual Basic Programming, we write it like this: three dots, then. If then statement. Okay, if then statement was used in the code segment above, a condition should be written between if and then parts. Okay, here you have to include the condition. Okay, the code fragment in the right side of the then part is executed only if condition returns true. That means if this returns true, then only this part will be executed. Okay. Now look at the segment given below. Okay, there only one particular modification I have done here. Value is now 6. Okay, that means in our variable, when we execute this code, the value inside the y variable is 6. Okay, now in this situation, this one value of x is 5, value of y is 6, they are not equal, therefore this returns false. Okay, false. Therefore this one will not be executed. Okay, now I hope you can understand the idea behind the conditional logic. Okay, understood? Okay. Now, execution of the above code segment does not display the message box as the condition returns false. Condition, okay, returns false. Only a single line of code, okay, can be included after then part when using if then statement. Okay, now when we call this if then statement. Okay, if then statement. So when we use if then statement, here we can include only a single line. Okay, but sometimes once a condition is true, sometimes we may need to execute more than one particular line of code. Okay, in that situation we have to use another conditional logic. Okay, now I'm going to discuss that one. Okay, then again let's look at this. As earlier we declare two integer variables. Okay, then using the assignment operator, we assign value 5 here, value 5. Now what we are going to do, the conditional logic, we call it if then end if. Okay, this is the conditional logic we use here. That means if here you can include the condition, then okay, now here this equal sign is the equality operator. Okay, here equal sign is the assignment operator. Here also equal sign is the assignment operator. Okay, now you can include any number of lines. Okay, you have to enclose using end-if. Here you can include any number of code lines, and if this condition is true, all the lines, okay, all the lines will be executed. Okay, in this situation I have included only two lines. Okay, show equal x is equal to y. X is equal to y. Okay. Now what do you think? Execution of the above code segment displays two message boxes, each with text equal and x equals to y. Okay, two message boxes will be displayed. Then another one. Now we know what to do when the condition is true. Okay, condition. If the condition is true, a certain code is executed. Okay, and if the condition is false, nothing is going to happen. Now there is another conditional logic, so I'm going to explain that one now. Okay, there is another conditional logic. That is called if then else. Okay, so now let's see. As usual, we declare two integer variables as integer. Okay, then we use the assignment operator. Okay, y 5. Then if x, this one is the equality operator, then message box dot show y. Okay, message box show y else message box dot show n. Okay, now here this is the condition. This is the condition. Okay, okay, if the condition is true, that means if this one returns true, then this part will be executed. Okay, if this one returns true, this part will be executed. If this one returns false, then this part will be executed. Okay, now we call this if then else. Then else. If then else. Okay, execution of the above code displays y in a message box since the condition is true. In this situation, condition is true, therefore y character will be displayed in a message box. Okay, now it says execution of the code given below displays n in the message box since the condition is false. Now if you put here 6, okay, in this situation this one is false. The condition is false. Okay. Therefore, this part will be executed, not this part. Okay. This part will be executed and it will display n in a message box. Okay. Now let's move to another one. In this situation also we have to write it this one in a single line. Okay. Therefore, we can include only one particular line of code here, a single line. Here also we can include only a single line. But in programming there are situations where we have to include multiple lines of code if a particular condition is true. Okay, in that kind of situations we need another conditional logic. Okay, now let's discuss that one. Okay. Now we declare two variables. We declare two variables bim x comma y as integer. Okay. Then using the assignment operator, we assign two values. Okay. Then if here we put the condition. Okay, this is the equality operator, and now we have to put the then keyword. Okay, then you have else. Okay, else, and then here you have end if. Okay, if this condition is true, whatever you write here, okay, any number of lines you can write here. Here also you can write any number of lines. Okay, if the condition is true, all the set of lines of code will be executed. If the condition is false, this set of all the lines of code will be executed. Okay, so in this example I have included two lines. Okay, this one message box dot show equal okay message box dot show x is equal to y. Okay, now here we include message box dot show not equal message box dot show x is not equal to y. Okay, now in this situation this condition is true. Okay, this condition is true, so two message boxes will be displayed. One message box will display equal, the other one x is equal to y. Okay, execution of the above code displays two message boxes each with text equal and x is equal to y respectively as the condition is true. Now look at the code segment given below. Then if you change this to 6, okay, in this situation the condition is false. Okay, therefore these two lines will be executed. Okay, then it says execution of the above code segment displays two message boxes with text not equal and x is not equal to y respectively as the condition is false. Okay. Now let's see another thing. Now we were working with only one particular condition. Okay. What happens when there are more than one condition? Okay. Now let's see how can we handle that kind of a situation. Okay. This one is called if then else if else end if statement. Okay. Now let's look at this example. We declare dim x as, okay, here actually a small mistake is here, mistake. Okay, so it should be double. Okay, double 18.76. okay, now if x less than 10, then message box dot show x less than 10. Okay, and we can use else if. Okay, this is one particular condition. We can put another condition if this condition is false. If this condition is true, this part will be executed. If the condition is false, then it checks for this one, and else if x less than 20, then message box dot show ten. Okay, actually in programming, this symbol we have to write it less than or equal, this symbol greater than or equal. Okay, so in this way you have to do that. Okay, x less than 20, else if, now if both the conditions are false, okay, then it comes to, it checks this condition, x less than 30, then message box dot show 20 greater than or equals x less than 30. Okay, after that, if this condition is also false, then it checks this one, else part. Okay, message box dot show x greater than or equal to 30. Okay, after that we have to conclude our if using end if. Okay, now I will explain it again. Now this is the line of real numbers. Okay, here we have particular condition 10. If x is less than 10, in this situation we have to display this message. Okay, else if means, now from this side, we have to consider x, when else if x less than 20. Okay, that situation 20. So if x is in this range, then this condition should, this message box should be displayed, and else means if both of these conditions are false. Okay, then we move to this one 30. Okay, in this situation you have to display this one. Okay, if none of these conditions are true, then we execute the else part and display x greater than or equal to 30. Okay, that is the end of our conditional logic part. Okay, thank you.